Societal transformation, especially the adoption of new technology tools and platforms, creates significant new complexity for all organizations. This complexity won't be going away in the near future. Instead of adding to that complexity, which they are sometimes inclined to do, associations and nonprofits should seek to reduce it by developing and implementing simpler approaches, practices, and processes across their organizations. The action challenge for boards of directors is to emphasize simplicity in its own work and in every aspect of their organization's work. 3 questions can help drive that effort. Where does complexity exist in the work of our board or organization? How do we increase complexity without realizing it? What simpler approaches can we apply instead? Boards of directors must integrate a commitment to simplicity in its business model design principles and honor that way of thinking in the actions it takes moving forward. Instead of making unreasonable demands or creating unnecessary constraints, the board must work with staff, stakeholders, and other contributors to clear away barriers to progress toward the organization's next business model. As a board member, emphasizing simplicity invites you to identify opportunities to make your association's work less complicated. This is not an invitation to micromanage the organization's operations, but to collaborate with your peers and staff to examine and rethink traditional ways of doing business that create or contribute to complexity. A great place to begin the simplicity effort is in the board's own operations, especially when it comes to determining the amount of information the board needs to make smart decisions and take action on them. You should keep in mind that simplicity is a continuum, and doing the simplest thing may not always be the right approach for the organization and its stakeholders. Of course, doing the most complicated thing is rarely a good choice either, so prioritizing simplicity in the way the organization takes action puts you at the correct end of that continuum when the time comes to make critical decisions.